Hey Tenno, I'm Helen. Throughout today's live stream, I will be your host for 10 pre-recorded tours of incredible player dojos. For those of you who might not know, in Warframe, players can team up and form groups called clans, and every clan has a dojo as their home base. Dojos start out as blank canvases of rooms for clans to decorate however they please. A clan could start with an empty room like this one and fill it up with decorations like the ones shown here, to make the space completely their own. This clan, for example, created a unique residential area. Or you could take a fully empty space like this one and fill it up with even more decorations to create a grand-scale masterpiece. The two rooms you just saw belong to PC clan Brotherhood of Mortem. Right now, I'm in their Gundam factory, and this is our first stop on our tour. I love these huge mechanical structures that have become a staple in Warframe's dojo decorating community, but what sets this room apart is the extra details they've added to tell a story. Pieces like this hand that hasn't been added to a Gundam yet, an assembly line. You can tell this is a clan who really cares about creating efficient machines of war. Now off to the transporter to check out our next room. It's just awesome. Dragons are another staple in Warframe's dojo decorating community. I love the use of the red glow here in both creatures' eyes to show this is not a fight you want to get into the middle of. It's wonderful, it gives me chills, and the scale of this creation I so appreciate. This is such a huge and cool structure. And while we admire its sheer scale, I'll read for you what the clan's lead architect had to say. Rebellion says, "This dojo of ours is built as a giant mothership with all its functions. The designs I've picked for TennoCon 2021 are my favorite decorations, but there are many, many more in our dojo of high quality. It took over a year to complete the rooms I've built so far, and I spend all of my time in Warframe building decorations and almost nothing other than that." Thank you for sharing your hard work with us, Brotherhood of Mortem. Your clan's story truly comes through in your designs. Now let's get ready for our second tour of the day. This next dojo belongs to Circle Guards, a Korean and English-speaking PC clan. Beyond gorgeous art, what makes this dojo so awesome is that architect Ajingom has taken great care to make sure that touring this dojo feels like visiting an art exhibit. Each room includes a comment about the piece. You'll find those comments written in both Korean and English. This room's comment is, "Found underground on Venus, this reactor produces infinite energy. Ice creatures hover around, watching you quietly." A lot of this dojo feels like walking around in a dream, and I think this is an ideal starting room to show that. Now let's check out the next room. This room's description is, "Left and right, red and blue, light and dark. We all have multiple sides, but don't forget, whatever the face you have, it's all your own." I just want to appreciate for a moment how carefully placed these decorations are to create that shadow effect. That would have taken some really careful planning and attention to detail. And here's our description. "You can go anywhere, just don't miss the time and place." All aboard the last bus to anywhere. There's even a little pauper prepared to join us. It's just beautiful. And we have now boarded the last bus. Let's see if we can find ourselves a seat. I think, yeah, some are definitely taken. This one looks good. Yeah. And with that, Excalibur's ready to go. Thank you for the tour, Circle Guards. 도전을 보여주셔서 감사합니다. All right, Tenno, I'm really looking forward to showing you this next clan's landscapes. We are now entering the dojo of PlayStation clan Blood of the ShadowDragons. We have arrived at Lake Tranquil, an ideal vacation spot for Tenno everywhere, complete with all the fixins, including a vacation home and a hot tub. Excalibur's never gonna want to leave. Let's see what awaits us for our vacation stay. Oh, of course, you gotta have a seat with a view. Fully stocked kitchen. Fireplace with their trophy from winning the contest. Upstairs, Very cozy sleeping accommodations with a fine television screen. Oh man, this is made for Tenno for sure. And out here, you have to have some fun on the water. Did you come all the way from Fortuna for a little vacation stay? Love it. Oh, you're doing a great job out there. Okay. While we appreciate the incredible detail that went into creating this structure, I'll read for you what Scary Shadows, the clan's lead architect, had to say. I spend most of my time in the dojo with a bit of music, and building rooms from scratch seems like a very relaxing pastime after work and a couple of Warframe missions. My clan is a small bunch of friends and people that reached out during the times I've been featured, which I enjoyed a lot. I'd greet people in the dojo chat and take people on tours and chat for hours. My designs are mainly freestyle. I just start building and see what comes. Love work and style most, but appreciate all factions. Well, those freestyle from scratch landscapes are amazing. Thank you so much for sharing your dojo with us, Blood of the ShadowDragons. Up next, we have a Spanish Xbox clan called Spectrum. Are any of you fans of the kaiju genre? Isn't this incredible? I want to get a closer look, but I also don't want them to actually attack me. I'm sure they won't. They're decorations, right? I'm just convinced. Look at them. All the work that would have had to go into creating this structure from scratch, just starting with the skybox. It is too cool. And one more room. I think any Ghibli fans might recognize something in the background there. We can get a nice vantage point while I read for you what this clan's lead architect had to say. This is our small contribution to the great community of this game. Recent times have been difficult, but we have spent a pleasant time meeting very good people and having fun. Together, we can carry the weight of the world. Big greetings from Chile. Spectrum, we really appreciate the tour of your clan's hard work. Gracias por compartir tu dojo con nosotros, Tenno Spectrum. Dajia Hao. This next dojo is home to Tenno in Warframe's simplified Chinese community on PC. Introducing White Golf. They made this city from scratch. Let's get a closer look at that Ferris wheel, and we need to appreciate how carefully they used note beacons for all that text and all these light up decorations. It is beautiful. In this room, I love the effect of having lights as her hands. She looks so grand and powerful. They completely filled this room top to bottom and made it fit for royalty. And I love the way they used the boats. Such cool detailing with the gold. I feel like I'm in the mountains for yet another vacation spot. Excalibur does not want to leave these places, I tell you. Thank you, White Golf Clan. White Golf Shizu, zizi ni min yu woman fen xiang ni min de dao chang. Now let's take a look at PlayStation Clan Progeny. Shadow art is another one of those aspects of dojo decorating that's become kind of a staple, and they have some beautiful pieces on display here. Aquatic, Jurassic, and peaceful. Decorations need to be placed very carefully to achieve these. There's no preset shadow art decoration in Warframe. It's all player creativity that made these happen. Here we are now in the clan's cyberpunk market. It has a lot of fun little details and stores that they've created. One of my favorites being the sake bar, where they've created more beautiful shadow art to give it some life in this city. Naturally, Parvos's vaults. Very well guarded, I'm certain. Thank you for sharing your dojo with us, Progeny. There are just 4 dojos left on our tour, Tenno. The Nintendo Switch clan we're about to tour has been part of Warframe since we first launched on the platform. Let's take a look at how Clockworks has maintained a theme in their dojo even as they've grown over the years. This clan's use of Orokin decorations throughout the entire dojo maintains an expensive look and quality. The clan's founder explains that they liked how the Orokin decorations remind them of an old, expensive-looking pocket watch, And they used to only use those decorations for that reason, but they've since expanded to using corpus decorations as well because they like that gear quality too. The clan is called Clockworks after all. The center of the clan's main hub was designed to look like an hourglass, again maintaining their theme throughout. Naturally, a clan called Clockworks wouldn't be complete without a state-of-the-art clock tower. And yes, it has bells. Finally, an ornate courtroom. The layout took inspiration from the courtroom in the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. And that cuckoo clock is another great use of the clan's theme. Oh, and yes, of course there's a bell up there too. It's so cool that you've maintained a theme for your ever-growing clan, Clockworks. The dojo looks gorgeous. Up next, the Spanish PC clan we're going to tour does a beautiful job creating grand buildings. Vamos a verlo. We're now stepping into Umbra Coliseum. Founding warlord Zork says, this zone is special. It was inspired by the Roman Colosseum, a place of important battles. It's also a tribute to our dear Excalibur Umbra, and the warframe that started it all, Excalibur. And our next beautiful structure, Hydroid's Lighthouse. Zork says, another wonder of the ancient world, inspired by the Great Lighthouse of Alexandria. When we built it, we had the idea to add Hydroid's name as a tribute to this special farming warframe. In the water, you can see Hydroid's Kraken, lurking in the waters to destroy its enemies. You certainly can. What a great effect it has, adding that creature from the depths next to this beautiful building. Finally, we arrive at a grand temple. This temple is an homage to the clan's 4 principles. In founding warlord Zork's own words, those principles are 1. Play for fun. 2. Help and teach. 3. Order and respect. 4. Life and personal growth. These principles are what made our clan active for 5 years. Well, your designs are a testament to a great clan. Gracias por compartir tu dojo con nosotros, Clan F.U.E.L. Annyeonghaseyo! Honbob is a Korean PC clan with 2 very detailed rooms to share with us. This room is meant to be the bridge of a giant corpus battleship. There are lots of details that tell a story in here, like the Orican door behind a safe behind the captain's chair. The clan's architect points out that there are seats in this battleship for corpus in many roles, including commander, deputy commander, star chart operations, weapon control, air surveillance, and more. The clan used the room's full capacity to achieve these designs. That's a capacity of 1,600 decorations. This is a giant sentient boss of the clan's design. The clan's lead architect explains, the energy emitted from the back is the power source. When its power cells on both shoulders are destroyed, the boss uses its wings as a shield to restore them. That would not be an easy fight. This boss looks formidable. Thank you for sharing those masterpieces with us. Dojo를 보여주셔서 감사합니다, Honbob. Now, what better way to wrap up our Warframe Dojo tours than with a dojo of Warframes? And more. Let me show you what I mean. Introducing Xbox Clan Sovereign Reign. Lead architect Saskiala has created giant homages to some of her favorite warframes. For starters, let's take a look at the careful details she included in her Octavia. What a great homage to the Octavia's Anthem quest. We're walking up to Nova now. Not only has Saskiala gotten the shape of this warframe just right, but she's designed the room around her to match Nova's antimatter theme and abilities. This room has been designed to make it look like Ivara is floating underwater. Such a great use of moving decorations. And now, we're transported to Fortuna to enjoy a Valkyr recreation. Not only is the detail on that huge Valkyr sculpture amazing, but the detail in her Fortuna recreation is amazing too. Thank you for joining me for our TennoCon 2021 Dojo Showcase. The dojos that we toured today will be up on their platform star chart for the next week. There's so much more to see from each clan, so please go for a tour yourself. Let those Tenno know how much we appreciate their designs. And enjoy the rest of TennoCon 2021.